my setup is a little bit different this video. I purchased a backdrop and I'm trying to use like lighting. So I'm trying to see how that works. Most of my videos start with just like me sitting on one of my couches in one of the rooms with natural lighting. So this is a little bit different for me. I'm testing it out, seeing how it's going to look in the video. Hopefully it turns out okay. The product that I'm going to be reviewing today is a concealer, and that is Ulta Beauty's Youthful Glow Concealer. If you are thinking about purchasing this product, watch to find out what you need to know before you buy. So of course I purchased this product at Ulta and it cost $10, which is pretty good for a drugstore type concealer. The concealer that I use, the e.l.f. Camo concealer, I purchased it for $7 at Target, so not too big of a difference. It does come in 16 colors, and I would say that with their color range, there's a lot more medium tone shades. I feel like there's not as big of a variety for the more fair tone and for the deeper tone. I would say their color range is okay. Some of the claims of this concealer. This concealer is supposed to be a medium coverage concealer, and it is supposed to blur and conceal imperfections while still adding a luminous and radiant finish to the skin. It has the soft focus powders and gold particles, which is what creates like that luminous finish. It has vitamin E, it has hyaluronic acid, which is supposed to like help plump underneath the eyes. It also has jelly silicone oils for a creamy texture and for comfort wear. On the Ulta website, it has a 4.2 rating out of 5. I looked through a couple pages of the reviews so I can kind of get the consensus of what most people were thinking. And I decided actually to choose 1 4-star review and 2 1-star reviews. Even though some people were like really loving it, some people really hated it, most were kind of saying what these reviews said. So one of the 1-star reviews said it's not good for spot concealing. It says that it might be good for the under eyes, but it is terrible for spot concealing. It doesn't build and comes off easily. It also emphasizes texture, which surprised me since it's supposed to be hydrating. And then the other 1-star review says it's too light of coverage. The coverage is so light, it's almost like it's not there. I thought maybe the sponge was just soaking it up, but I tried all kinds of different tools and the same result. It just disappears after you apply it. And that's kind of what I was seeing for a lot of the reviews. Most people were saying it really only works for like the under eyes, and it's more for like brightening and blurring, but you're not gonna get a lot of coverage. Now this 4-star review, I wanted to share this one with you guys because I thought it was a very good review. This person says they have combination skin, normal to oily T-zone, but dry patches around the lips. They noticed that for normal oily skin areas, they found the concealer to be fairly thin and lightweight, which is kind of similar to what the 1-star reviews were saying. This person said that it's great for areas not needing too much coverage, rather a brightening or blurring effect, while still leaving your skin with a natural look. For dry skin area, this concealer does not work well for textured areas such as dry patches. It says that the concealer accentuates textured areas and leaves outlines of the flaky areas, if that makes sense. It's kind of around the same concept of the 1-star reviews, that it has very sheer coverage. It's really not for like covering spots, and it's more for just like the blurring effect. This product has a little bit less than the e.l.f. Camo concealer. The e.l.f. Camo concealer actually has 0.203 floral ounces, and this has 0.1 floral ounce. This is what it looks like. It's pretty basic, like all your regular other concealers. Here's the wand. It's pretty flat. The color that I chose is light cool. Swatching on my hand, it is a bit darker than my hand color. I'm just gonna swatch my e.l.f. Camo concealer. I use light peach in the e.l.f. Camo concealer, so they're not too far off. This one up here is the Ulta Beauty one, and then here is the e.l.f. one. Kind of similar shade. I would say that the Ulta Beauty one is actually a little bit lighter, and I think that's just because I purchased the cool color instead of like a more peachy color. I think it's just different tones, but I would say they're pretty much comparable in color. So that's a good thing. I'm going to use a beauty sponge to apply this concealer. That is how I apply all of my concealers. on my skin. First off, I don't like the wand. Because it's so skinny, it's like very stiff and it's actually like kind of hard to apply. Like I feel like you have to dip in a couple times just to get the amount of product that you want to put on your face. For the concealer, like in the nose area, like here, my forehead area, I feel like it just kind of disappeared. I feel like under the eyes, there's a little bit of like a brightening effect and like a little bit of coverage. I would not say this is a medium coverage concealer. I would definitely say it's a light coverage concealer. I feel like with that being the initial application, it's definitely gonna, with my oily skin, it's just gonna wear off. I'm just going to kind of set it, but just like spot set it. I'm not gonna use like a lot. You had gold in your eyes. I could feel. So while that is setting, I'm just gonna go put on the rest of my makeup real quick and then I will come back on. I'm pretty sure you kind of know what my thoughts are gonna be about this concealer, but yeah, let me go put on the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Kept it kind of minimal today with just contour and then doing my lashes. I wanna close up, like especially on this right eye. I feel like it didn't like cover some of the fine lines. It kind of just like accentuated around the fine lines, like the lines that I have here underneath my eye. I feel like the concealer is just around it, and because it's so sheer, it kind of just accentuates the lines. Like it's so weird. On this side I have like the one line there, but I feel like right below it, it kind of just like accentuated that. And yeah, it looks like there's something there, like there's definitely concealer there, and it looks like, yeah, it has like this brightening effect, and I think it's just maybe because it's just a lighter color than the foundation and my skin color, but I feel like it's not doing much. First impressions is not a good one. Like this is a first product in a while that I've tested out that I haven't really liked, like even on the first application. But yeah, it's too light of coverage. It doesn't really cover anything. It has like a tiny brightening effect, which you could get with like a powder. For me right now, it doesn't seem worth it. From looking at like the viewfinder here, you can see definitely like a brightening effect. I just don't think it covered much of anything. And I feel like you can get that same effect with like a powder, like this powder here, like my Dragon Transformation Face Powder. I just don't feel like it does enough for a concealer for somebody to buy it, honestly. And I purchased the Youthful Glow one just because I felt like the e.l.f. one that I use is like a hydrating one, so I thought it would kind of have the same effect, but still have the same coverage. I just didn't know it would have such light coverage. But yes, I'm going to wear it till the end of the day, see what it does, because I mean, it's giving a little bit of brightening effect, and yeah, that's probably about it. It's not really covering much, but it's giving like a brightening effect. But yeah, I'm gonna wear it till the end of the day, see how it does, and then yeah, I'll let you guys know my final thoughts. I'll see you guys later. Okay guys, so I have been wearing this concealer now for about 7 hours, and this is what it's looking like. Through the door, it was day. The good thing about this concealer is that it didn't really make my under eye patchy, but it also looks like it's kind of not there. I feel like it's kind of the same look as the rest of my foundation. So I don't know if the concealer is still on there or if that's like the foundation that, like when I apply my foundation, I do apply it like under, like all over my face. So under my eyes, on my eyelids, everywhere. So it really just looks like there's nothing there. It just looks like if I was just wearing foundation. Like it doesn't seem like I was wearing concealer. I don't really see the concealer like anywhere on my chin or anything like that. My overall thoughts of this concealer, I just think it's too sheer. I feel like it did have a little bit of a brightening moment. It did have light coverage in the beginning, but I feel like over time it just kind of wore away. I don't like to give 1-star ratings, but for me I would rate it a 1 out of 5. And that's because like it didn't really show up at all. I feel like it just disappeared. This is not something I'm going to continue using. it doesn't, I just feel like it's not a concealer. I feel like concealers, like they're supposed to not just brighten, but I feel like they're supposed to conceal. I mean, that was one of their claims, that it's medium coverage, it's supposed to conceal, it's supposed to blur, and I feel like it didn't really do any of those things. I feel like it just kind of brightened it a little bit, but not enough where you couldn't just wear like lighter powder, or like those powders like I was showing you, like the Dragon Beauty one. Like it would probably have the same effect me doing that, just wearing foundation and then putting that powder under my eyes. So yeah, unfortunately, this is a 1-star rating for me. I would not purchase it, and I will not be using it anymore. So thank you guys so much for watching my review on Ulta Beauty's Youthful Glow Concealer. If you want to follow me on all of my other social media, I am at Jenn SoCo Life on Facebook and on Instagram. If you are looking for a certain product that I've reviewed in the past, I do categorize my playlist by brand. So all you have to do is click on that brand and you will see every product that I have reviewed. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.